This is Candlelight Crime Club. Tonight, we're revisiting a story that still haunts the quiet roads of Minnesota. It's the disappearance of Brandon Swanson, a 19-year-old college student who called his parents for help, then vanished without a trace. 15 years later, there are still no answers. May 13th, 2008. Brandon had just finished his final semester at Minnesota West Community and Technical College. He was studying wind energy and had plans for a future rooted in sustainability and growth. That night, he attended a couple of low-key get-togethers with classmates in Canby. After midnight, he got in his car to make the drive back to his family's home in Marshall. It should have been a half-hour trip. At 1:54 a.m., Brandon called his parents. He said his car was stuck in a ditch, but he was okay, just frustrated. He thought he was near the town of Lind and asked them to come pick him up. His father, Brian, got into his truck, and the two stayed on the phone for nearly an hour. They talked about flashing headlights, checking intersections, and trying to find each other. Brandon sounded calm, like he was trying to problem solve. He mentioned walking toward lights he saw in the distance. Then he said, "Oh, shh," and the call ended. His parents called him back. No answer. They drove around looking for him for hours, but the night gave them nothing. At sunrise, they reported him missing. Police didn't take it seriously at first. He was an adult after all. Maybe he'd gone to cool off. Maybe he was sleeping it off somewhere. But Brandon's parents insisted something was wrong. Eventually, law enforcement started searching. They found Brandon's car near Taunton, nowhere near Lind. It was clean, not damaged, and there were no signs of a struggle. Search dogs picked up Brandon's scent. It led from the car, along a gravel road, through fields, and down toward the Yellow Medicine River. The trail ended at the riverbank. Divers were brought in. Drones, helicopters, volunteers. Search grids were mapped out, and the area was combed multiple times over the years. But nothing was ever found. No phone, no wallet, no clothes, no Brandon. Brandon's story struck a chord with people across the country. His parents, Annette and Brian, were tireless. They gave interviews, held vigils, and fought for better missing persons protocols. In 2009, their work paid off. Brandon's Law was passed in Minnesota. It requires police to file a missing person report immediately if the adult is believed to be in danger, and to initiate search efforts without delay. That law has already helped other families. But Brandon is still missing. So what happened? Let's talk about the most widely discussed theories. Theory 1. He drowned in the Yellow Medicine River. This is the most commonly accepted possibility. His scent trail led to the riverbank. Maybe he lost his footing. Maybe the current pulled him under. Maybe it was too dark to see the drop. But here's the thing. The river was shallow that night, and multiple dive teams, sonar scans, and cadaver dogs turned up nothing. If he drowned, where did he go? And why has no trace surfaced after 15 years? Death by exposure. It was cold that night. Temperatures dropped into the low 40s. Brandon was wearing jeans, a t-shirt, and a light jacket. If he was disoriented or injured, hypothermia could have set in fast. He might have wandered into dense brush or collapsed in a hidden spot. Some areas of western Minnesota are filled with sloughs, drainage ditches, and tall grass. It's not impossible that search teams missed him. But they've searched that land again, and again, and again. Here's Theory 3, foul play. Some people believe Brandon may have encountered someone else that night, maybe a stranger driving by, maybe someone local. Perhaps it was a crime of opportunity, someone who saw him walking alone and took advantage. But there's no evidence. No reports of suspicious vehicles, no security footage, no witnesses. If foul play occurred, it left no trail. And other theories? They range from speculative to supernatural. Was Brandon disoriented from a head injury? Could he have experienced a sudden neurological event, like a seizure or dissociation? Did he wander into a barn or abandoned structure and was never found? We just don't know. What we do know is this: Brandon Swanson called his parents. He needed help. He walked into the night toward what he thought were lights. And then, he was gone. His disappearance feels solvable. That's what makes it so hard. The conditions were right. He had a phone. He was on the line. They were looking. And still, something slipped through. Brandon would be in his 30s now. His parents still live in the same home. They still leave the porch light on. They still hope for answers. You've been listening to Candlelight Crime Club. If this story stayed with you, share it. Someone out there might know something. And for more respectful true crime storytelling, subscribe and join the club.